Hello, welcome back to Addicted to Knives. Thank you for joining me today. So yeah, we got a little something here. This is a new designer. The company name is Bridgeport. The name of the knife is it's his let's see. There's the name of the knife. 395. This is a prototype right now. I don't know if the pre-order's still up. I know it was up. It's a pretty sweet knife. This is going to be the specs. So it's going to be steel is D2 that's what this is. The production one will be 14C28N. This one is a flat grind right now. It will be a hollow grind. Stainless steel liners, which I have no problem with. Milled titanium, about 3 inches, about 4 inches length altogether. 3 inches is the blade. Handle thickness is about 12 millimeters. Blade stock thickness is about 2.8 millimeters. Blade is stonewash, which I think there's also a black, like a DLC stonewash, I think, or a DLC coated one, if I'm not mistaken, on the pre-order. And the handle is stonewash titanium, and the hardware is blasted. So the changes on it, before I even show you it, I'm going to read you the changes. Changes are being pushed to be made for production as of 5/1. Jimping extends just past the deployment hole, so the jimping is functional. The clip that comes on the blasted hardware version will be blasted as well. This one is not, I'm guessing. Blade play has been addressed. This one does have a decent amount of blade play no matter what you do. Plunge grind will be pulled back slightly. Again, this is a prototype. The production will obviously have, be refined. A series of letters and numbers will be added to the inside of the liner, which is really cool. It seems like the blade's going to be pretty much sterile. Description of the model and the blade steel will, as well as a particular run of the knife. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that's just the numbers, what it will look like. Clip will have increased retention, which it needs. There will be a titanium filler tab that matches the handle, because this is also has a dual pocket, like it has not dual pocket clips, but you could swappable pocket clip. It's a lefty carry as well as a righty carry, which is really good. Pivot will now be a T10 with a flush, no tooled show side. Love it. Additional weight will be removed from the liners. So, here we go. There will be 2 options available for pre-order: blasted hardware /clip and black coated hardware /clip. Both options have 14C stonewash blades. I am corrected. They did not have a DLC. It was just the hardware is coated, like the pocket clip and stuff like that. So I retract my statement a couple seconds ago. Pre-order price, which is a really good price, it is $118 price. After pre-order, $128. Aiming for mid-June pre-order, which obviously passed already. I do know it is being made by Kubi, if I'm not mistaken. Here is his, this is kind of a magnet that he, let me see, is it? Yes, it is a magnet, that he, sent with the, with this, which I don't know why. I guess maybe you might get that in, which this is also cool. A little pin that he has made, BKC, which is Bridgeport Knife Co. Now, he does have multiple knives that he has in the works, or at least he has designs for, so this is not going to be the only one. This is a very, 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 I don't want to say simple, but it's a very, I guess, yeah, simple, work pocket knife. Like, this is just a everyday carry. Well, it will work. It will keep going. Like, it's definitely a, not a crazy, over the top embellishment, stuff like that, but it's, this thing will flick really well, and I can only imagine once the blade play gets, which there's still some, I can only imagine once they get it dialed, this thing will be pretty good. I mean, Kubi is a phenomenal, OEM. Honestly, all of them, I really can't. Everybody has been killing it. QSP has been killing it. The Best Tech has been freaking throwing some bombs out there. Like, some of the ones like the TW Price Dawn, that thing is I'm surprised. Like, you couldn't put that up. Like, you could put it next to a Riot and almost be like, okay, there's no difference. Maybe very small, minute. But Kubi is definitely one of them that has, they have their hit and misses, but at least all of their production ones I know are pretty, like, I don't think I've had any of their actual production models ever have any, like, not just the design, but the build quality has been phenomenal. So, and every prototype, well, maybe not every prototype, but every production OEM knife that I've had, that I've carried and used from, Kubi, has been pretty much on point and on par with most, if not all. I know with the prototypes, they seem to actually take a prototype kind of mindset towards it. It seems like I've noticed with like QSP and why can't I think of the name? It just went blank in my head. Best Tech, Riot, obviously. All of those bigger OEMs, which I think Artisan, maybe, I don't really know anybody personally, like, that I talk to on a daily basis that has gotten any prototypes from Artisan. I know they do it, but I know they have a different process than most. But the Kubi kind of takes a different, like, all those other ones kind of give you a, like, it's a very, very pretty much finished product when they send you out a prototype. Kubi, on the other hand, sometimes it can seem like slapped together. I don't know if that's just because they're pumping out so much stuff, or it's just communication or time they don't have, that they're trying to rush, or something. There's been a few prototypes that I have handled that kind of, I guess you could say, shocked me, that how not refined it was. Just like the little mistakes. I mean, if you're making if you've been making pocket knives for as long as like somebody like Kubi, you know how to build one. So I don't see why especially just knowing their process. Like, I mean, I love Kubi, so I don't want to sound like I'm ragging on them in any sort of way. So please do not think that I am ragging on Kubi. I'm a big advocate of Kubi. I love them. Sorry, there is a gnat that I see because of these big gigantic lights that I have. Sorry about that. It was bothering me. But overall, though, it is a decent little pocket knife. Ergos are freaking amazing. They're not too over the top ergos. Like, it's kind of free placement. It's not like, oh, put your hands here. But at the same time, it's not just a flat slab of, it's not just a, plain old, square or rectangle or whatever, or stick. It does got some, even on this side without the relief, it does got some flow to it where it does, curve back into your hand a little bit, and fits in there really nice. It's actually really, really comfortable, especially with the clip. I do like this little touch. I gotta give it to him. I probably should close this. How the clip is, it goes and then it angles off into the back end. I do like that. It definitely helps, because I know a lot of the times when you're holding a pocket knife, especially if it has either it be a deep carry pocket clip or just a titanium milled clip that has the end of it like towards the very end or whatever, or if it's raised a lot, it's sometimes you can feel it. So I do like how this one you don't feel it at all. But I do like the clip. I think it could have a little more refined to it, which it seems like he is. Honestly, this knife just seems like it just wasn't. It seems like a prototype, which it's kind of weird saying that, but excuse me. Every prototype I've ever handled from other OEMs that my buddies have have had made, and I'm talking about the first OEMs that they got from them. It's not like the second iteration or the third iteration. This is the first set of prototypes they got from different companies, and they actually feel like a knife. Like, they don't feel like stuff like this, like the blade wiggling, or it's just little stuff that like the grind and stuff like that. It just doesn't seem like this stuff should have been looked at or at least talked to. I mean, they're a knife manufacturer. That's what they do. I know there's a language barrier, so I know that has something to do with it. But then again, all the other companies have language barriers as well, and they get shit done. So it just seems. So I also have someone else, my buddy, that has a few Kubi actually a few, 2 or 3 Kubi prototypes. I know 2 for sure. Yeah, there's been 2, including this, not including this one, so it's 3 I've held, just with my buddies alone. Actually 4, which another person has, but has another one. But they just, it's the same thing with all of them. It just seemed like just something just was off, about them. And me personally, I would I don't know if they're doing it so that in my mind, it kind of reverts to oh well, they're trying to maybe get you to do revision 2, prototype number 1 and prototype number 2, you know what I mean, to oh, these changes, we'll fix these changes, and we'll you'll just pay for another set of prototypes and we'll send them out to you, with computers and all that stuff, and the knowledge that these OEMs have, there's no reason why it should be like that. There should be one set of prototypes. If something's massively wrong and needs, I understand that, but I don't know, that's just my thinking. I'm going on a rant about it, but back to the knife. Sorry, back to the to this knife, because this thing is pretty sweet. I keep on forgetting the numbers because I'm really horrible at remembering numbers. The 395, I'm gonna remember that. We got the Bridgeport 395, and it's a sick knife. With all the changes, can't wait to get it in hand. I really freaking can't wait to get it in hand, because it's a liner lock. So you're gonna get that lefty flickability, which even though that I'm a righty, I still find myself I flick a lot left-handed. I'm really big with the ambidextrous. I flick until this hand gets tired a lot, and then I only will switch it to this hand. I also have carpal tunnel, which I've said a few times, and from playing drums and riding BMX when I was younger, and probably also all the drug use that I've, drugs that I've shot up in my arms, but that's beside the point. But my hands get numb. So once they start getting numb, I switch to the other hand. That gets numb, I switch to the other hand. So sometimes it's, within a couple of flicks, sometimes it's a minute or two. So I highly appreciate the lefty, knives, the lefty ability of knives. Definitely a big thing for me, which most righties don't really, a lot of them could care less, but I am not. But honestly, I think this thing's gonna be a hit, especially at the price point too. The price point is just chef's kiss. It's freaking $118. Come on. I think it's $118 to $135. Come on. Nothing out there right now. I mean, I know the steel is going to be 14C28N, but I mean, I love 14C28N. The rust, it's got good freaking, anti-rust properties. The edge, it's freaking takes a sick, wicked edge. And, with the stonewash, I mean, you really can't go wrong with it, because, I mean, maybe if it was satin, it does get a little fingerprinty, but I honestly, I've gotten some M390 from a couple of companies, even higher end company, not high, but the popular companies, and sometimes some of my 14C knives are better. You know, it holds an edge better, and you know, sharpens up easier. Some like so. Yeah, you know. I know Kubi. I've heard some things back and forth with their 14C. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had anything from them with 14C. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. There's a lot of their newer stuff has some 14C. I do know I love their S30V. Not the S35, but their S30V. I had a Kubi Vagrant that edge on that shit lasted freaking forever. I had it for like almost 2 years, and like at least a year and a half, and I've stropped it. That was it. Never had and it looked like a fresh edge every time. Like it was insane. So I would love, if I ever do a design with Kubi, that's definitely something I would want to look forward to. Although you also got to think with price point and what people want. Not many people are like, oh, I want S30V on my knife, but you know, 14C, it's in right now. People want it. 154 CM or CM 154, whatever. I forget which one is which. They seem pretty popular now. A lot of knives, you know, mid range and even, you know, higher end range have that. And then of course the M390 and, you know, 20CV, and then the crazier stuff, LMAX and Vanax and stuff like that. But a good old, you know, S30V, I think if it's done right, heat treated right, it's pretty wicked. You know, I'm not going around chopping trees down, so you know, it's not really worrying about, you know, chipping or breaking my knife. I want to, you know, a long lasting edge, you know. So but I gotta give it up to him. I'm drawing a blank with your name. I am so sorry. The guy that runs Bridgeport. I will put his link in the description, as well as his Instagram. But for the first knife, you hit it out of the park. This thing, it's not too complicated. It's pretty much, you know, an amazing, simple, everyday EDC knife, which I think it was kind of due for one, personally. Like in this, especially with the price point, there's been a lot of somewhat boutique brands coming out with the whole, you know, around the from 250 kind of upwards, you know. I mean, it really doesn't stop. It kind of keeps going until, you know, you get like, you know, 600, something like that. But there's really not much below 250 in that like boutique brand. So you know, other than like budget, you know, budget brands, like really budgety stuff. So, you know, with the whole, you know, titanium line, like with titanium scales, with the steel liner lock, and 14C, definitely digging it. Can't wait to get one in hand, the actual production one, because if they get everything that is on that paper that they said, you know, they're gonna change, and you know, if Kubi does what Kubi, you know, does good work, if they actually put their all into it, I think it's gonna be a freaking hit. Like, I think it's gonna be a big hit, honestly. So we'll stay out for that. Definitely keep a lookout for that. Now this blade shape, I want to talk about it. It's interesting of a blade shape. It's like it's not so much a sheep's foot, even though it kind of is, but it kind of has somewhat of a curve. It follows the curve of this, curve of the handle, but then instead of a lot of them like have like a clip, like, you know, they just go downwards, it kind of has like a little round part. But then I think this is how they Kubi kind of messed it up, because even the grind, I think the grind should be down, like at the, I think that's what's like throwing me off on it, like why it looks strange. But I think it'll look different once they like do it the right way. But I guess it's I mean, there's so many different types of names for it, but you know, like the sheep's foot and the Warncliffe, and the, you know, one has to be a straight, one doesn't, one has to have belly, one can't have belly, like whatever. It is what it is. But I do like the blade shape. You can get your cuts, your you know, utility cuts, what you know, what Lefty EDC does, all of his you know, little you know, paper cutting and stuff like that. I mean, I pretty much just open boxes, so even that, like, it would be good for that. You know, you know, the which this is also going to, I'm pretty sure, be fixed a little bit. I don't know if he decided if he's going to make it a little bigger or a little smaller, this choil. I think it works good now. If they just fix the grind, I think it would be perfect, because it's not really, you don't really need a gigantic choil with this, because you kind of get locked in there and you get a good, you know, grip. Definitely the jimping needs to be up more to be reliable, like used. But I think the ergos are good. You know, this is comfortable to cut the straps. You got a good choke up, pinch grip. You can get the pinch grip back here. Put the finger out and do, you know, the utility cuts. Honestly, I think it's I think he's got a winner here. Honestly, I really do. So keep an eye out for this when it drops. I'm guaranteeing you, he'll probably have some for, obviously, if he had the price point. I think it's what, $118 for the pre-order, and what, 118 for pre-order, $135 for after pre-order. So if he has prices already, I'm guaranteeing he's gonna have some, at least some of them for once they drop, you know, after the pre-order gets delivered. So keep an eye out for that in the next, you know, coming months. You know, I don't know exactly when it's they're aiming to come out, but yeah, definitely keep an eye out. Well, thank you for joining me. Again, this is Addicted to Knives, and I appreciate you hitting that like button and subscribing if you haven't. So thank you. Keep watching, and peace out.